Greetings from the grave, Brewster.
Greetings from the grave. Don't look so surprised. Didn't you know your great-grandfather was a honky?
101 cards. I'm going to make it into 3 parts that maybe kind of fit. The first part is going to be 36 cards, and that is going to be football, baseball, and a little bit of hockey thrown in there. I made an odd and end or two. Second part's just going to be Jordan cards. I believe I had 15 there. And then the final part of the video, the other 50 cards, will be basketball. Here you see it here. Let me get you a timeline real quick. And then I'll organize these. I'll obviously speed up the video. I'm not about wasting anybody's time. You know that if you've seen my videos. Arrived at PSA February 20th, 2021. This was $12 a card. Entered on 4/13. This was at the point where they actually hired people to enter. If you are familiar with that at all, there used to be this where it could take 3, 4, 5 months or so to enter stuff, just to enter it. So they had to hire people just for that. Went into grading on November 9th, assembly on April 13th of this year, QA 1 and 2 you see here on the 19th and the 21st. Got the popped email on the 23rd, shipped on the 25th, got it on the 26th. All right, first part of this has some baseball. I know I've got some baseball cats out there. Bullpen, your name is what it is, obviously. It's got to be a baseball guy. Check out his channel. John, baseball guy as well. Tedo out there watching. Eric and Carrie, they are more into hockey at this point, but they're expanding their knowledge, so a little bit of hockey in here for you guys. A little hockey, worked it in there from back in the day, early 90s stuff from when I was a kid, and I actually would keep up with the players and everything like that. So here's the grade predictions. I didn't really have too many 10s on here. This stuff was all lower end stuff, and this is what I was talking about in the prediction video, which I'll link it here if you wanted to see that real quick. Now, I haven't posted that at the time I'm recording this, which is April 30th, but I'm going to make that video go live here probably tomorrow morning or so. So there you go. That's that. Out of the 101 cards, I only had 21 that I thought would be 10s, and then maybe another 13 that were fringe. So what, a third gem rate? Really, that's really low, because remember at the time, $12 a card, you're just throwing out whatever, right? Shit against the wall to see what sticks. All right, let me organize this, and then we'll talk more. All right, back, got everything organized, got everything set aside. We got baseball here, a little bit of hockey, some football, 90s, and then football 80s. For you baseball cats out there, like I was saying, check this out. New crib, all this stuff, check this out. Right across the street from where I live. We call that right across the street. You can actually walk out around the corner there and just walk into this university. It's NAIA baseball, but when we moved in, they were actually playing games here. Season just ended recently. Vanguard University, Costa Mesa. But you can actually see baseball. Unfortunately, they got this stupid tree here. I guess that's so cars don't get hit. But if I want to, I just walk around the corner, see some baseball right there. What can you do, right? Can't beat that. All right, let's get moving on this. Probably not going to be anything too stand worthy here. Tyler Glasnow, one of my favorite pitchers. 2017 Bowman. Rookie, Rays, I had a 10. 10. Is he on a stand? Fuck it, man. Come off the injured list, baby. Come on, get back to dominating like you were prior to the injury last year. No Peachy Premier, Frank Thomas. These are tricky, a lot of print lineage. I have a Griffey coming up. Had a 10 on this. 10. The Griffey wasn't so sure about. I had it in the 9 to 10 range. An 8. Ugh. Definitely not stand worthy. We're going to set that one way off to the side. This Hank Aaron here, it's a 73 Tops. I actually bought this when I was in college. There was a card shop that was going out of business. I got a couple old school Aarons. This looked like the better of the bunch. I had a 5 on it. I only paid, I think I paid like $20 for it or something like that. 5. Well, see, there you go. A Ken Griffey Jr. Wait, there's something's wrong here. These two cards are not in my order. There's a 8. It's a 90 upper deck, and then is that an 89 Bowman? These aren't in my order. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Because I don't think I saw the Santa Claus card. Oh no, that's Santa is there. We're gonna have to figure some shit out. I don't think these were in my order. I have no idea what this is. An 8. A Bowman. No, I never submitted this. I don't know what this is. It's an 8. Yeah, these aren't my cards. Whoops. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go through and see if there's something missing out of here. As we go through the list here, I'm perplexed here. This Ryan Sandberg, I had it at 9. Centering might knock it down. An 8. Okay, I thought the top to bottom. I was calling a 9 on the prediction video, but when I went and looked back, like that top to bottom centering is just rough. Everything else on it looked pretty sexy, but centering. I tried to take a shot at it because at the time 10s of that were going for like $600, something ridiculous, because they're so hard to get in 10 grades. All right, so let's move on to hockey to make sure I've got everything lined up here. All right, Owen Nolan. All of these hockey cards here I did have as 10s, except the Connor McDavid rookie. So this Owen Nolan I had as a 10. It's a 9. Yager had as a 10. 9. Got a couple Cujos that I had as 10s. Apparently they're not giving 10s. Yeah, these cards were perfect, I thought. Another Yager had as a 10. And this Connor McDavid I actually had as a 9. All right. So, yeah. Had a Thurman Thomas rookie. Pro set, 89. I had this as a 10. Santa Claus, just for the hell of it, I had as a 7 or an 8. Got an 8. Barry Sanders Tops rookies. I had 12 of these, and I had 1 that I thought would 10, and these are obviously all mangled and out of order by now. 3 maybe fringe 10s, and the rest should be 8s and 9s. So if we get a couple 10s out of here, we'll call it a W, especially based on seeing all of those 9s there. 9. Let's move these aside for later. 9. 9. Come on, baby, where the 10's at? Come on, man. The pile's getting a little skimpy there. I got nothing to say about that. Let's see, there should have been 12. This stack looks short. I'm thinking maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. So one of these may be missing. It's prime time here. I only had it at an 8 or a 9. It's a 9. I had 2 Ultra 1991 Barry Sanders I had as 10s. All right, we got some old school football right here. We've got... So before we get into the old school, let's do the 97 Tops Tony Gonzalez. This is the only one I owned. I actually had this card in my collection, pulled it myself a long time ago. I only had it at an 8. 7. You know what? Since we're having a lack of stand-worthy cards, let's get Santa up on a stand. All right, we're down to our last 7 cards. We had a 1985 Tops Dan Marino. I had this one as an 8. It's a 7. We had 2 passing leaders, Marino and Montana. I had these as 8s. Okay, an 8 on one of those, at least. And an 8 on the other. Okay, so we were on track on that one. This one had a wax stain on the back here, which probably knocked it down a grade. So if you see, the centering is really good, which is tough for these cards. You see a little bit of whitening on the corner here. And I think there might have been a little bit of whitening on that corner, which is why I would never call it a 10. But the best I was hoping for out of these cards were 8s, just based on the sensitivity, the black borders, and everything. So Warren Moon, we've got 4 of these, and I had them all as 8s. 8, 8, 7, 8. So as you can see, a lot of stuff I'm pretty consistent on in terms of the grades. The huge disappointment, and the ones that are making me scratch my head more than anything, or I should say the only thing really, is those hockey cards. There's no way on those 5, because I picked out the best of the best. I had several copies of each. There's no way that all 5 of those cards were 9s. No way. Let me give you a close-up of those again. I know it's hard to tell on camera, but yeah, I made sure centering was tight. There's nothing up with the corners. I had another condition-sensitive set with these Pro Set cards. Yeah. Now, of course, you don't know that you're going to get a 10, but if there was even the slightest thing off on these, I wouldn't have sent them. Because some of the other ones, they had like the slightest bit of chipping, or the centering was just off just a little bit. Those wouldn't go. Just the best of the best went. Actually, let me take that back. I would say the same about these Barry Sanders. These cards are flawless. I did expect some 10s, as I said, on the Barry Sanders 89 Tops, but I thought there would be some 8s in there as well, and they all came back as 9s. I find that really hard to believe, just because you can see some differences in the cards. So had I gotten a couple 10s, mostly 9s, some 8s, I would have been like, yeah, cool, that's what I expected. But to go 9s straight down the list, it's questionable to me, because like I said, I did see some slight differences, and I was submitting things that I thought would be 10s, 9s, and even possibly 8s, because at the time I submitted these, the 8s were even bringing in a fair amount of money. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One's missing. It might be in here somewhere. But again, these cards are not my cards. I didn't submit these. I've never submitted an oversized Bowman, and I wouldn't submit some shit that was going to get an 8 and be worth $2. So PSA, I just saw a video, and I'll have to go back and find it, and I'll link it in. Where they fucked up his order too. They actually messed up a label on a Jordan. He had a 90 Fleer and a 90 hoops. It might have been 89 hoops, but they slabbed the hoops with a 1990 Fleer label. And then they had his 90 Fleer, and they didn't grade his 90 Fleer. They had it as an undersized card, but the label said hoops. I want to say it was 89 hoops, actually. Yeah, so they graded they put the hoops into the slab with the Fleer label, if that makes sense. PSA, man, what the fuck? These belong to somebody. I'll have to contact them so that person can get them back and share in the disappointment that I did here today. All right, so that's part 1. Part 2 will be the short Jordan video, 15 cards. We'll get into that next.